All right, I'm calling Judge Brandon Roland now. This is the judge I was supposed to see on the 18th. Hello? Still says it's calling. He didn't answer. Try this again. Well, if you noticed there, the first time it didn't really like me and didn't want to connect. Second time there, it was trying to connect. Both times it didn't go to an answering machine. Both times I was just hung up on. Just like with the cops in most cases. Just like the FBI in most cases. Fuck this goddamn country. Homeless people are people too, motherfuckers. You know there's black homeless people. You know there's white homeless people. You know there's Muslims who are homeless people. You know there are immigrants who are homeless people. There are both men and women who are homeless people. There are adults and children who are homeless people. Nobody gives a fuck about the homeless people. Police go down and fucking shoot two black kids. So what do? You light homeless people on fucking fire. That ain't the first time that's fucking happened. Not even fucking close. Is it all black people lighting homeless folks on fire? No, it's fucking not. Is it all white people supporting this bullshit? No, the fuck it's not. Is it all black people being murdered? No, it's not. But you goddamn right, every fucking one of them has a right to fear for their lives. Now, I should have called Teal on Monday. Talked to her about Jim Beebe. The thing is, I really need to get a lawyer to go after these people, and I just simply don't have the money. Then there's all the stuff that I was illegally prevented from showing, all of the evidence that I was illegally prevented from even having. No fucking judge will investigate. No fucking lawyer will do a goddamn thing. No police officer will fucking investigate. Hell, they don't even fucking pretend. Here, Officer Hahn pretended like he was going to investigate. He never went and talked to Molly Smith. He never went and talked to Laura Nelson. I don't hate Laura Nelson for being a coward. I hate the fact that her cowardice, just like the cowardice of all of the people who are too afraid to come forward, resulted in dead bodies. In some cases, bodies of people I didn't fucking know. And in some cases, bodies of people that I do. You know, I left out a few bodies, about 3 of them. Instead of saying 18, I should have said 21. There might even be more than that. I should probably write them down and itemize them. What the hell am I smoking out of this? I got a fucking pack of cigarettes here. The thing is that the judges in my cases in Colorado, as well as the judge in my case, well, not so much the judge in my case in Wyoming. That was all cops, all of it. Cops and my public pretender. That's not to say what Rihanna did was right. That's not to say that that didn't have anything to do with the situation. But the fact is, the cops didn't give a holy fucking goddamn who was right and who was wrong. They didn't bother to find out who was right and who was wrong. They had somebody they could victimize, and they did exactly that. Meanwhile, who are the predators there in Wyoming? Who are the ones committing predatory acts? Who are the ones being physically violent with one another? That's right. Rihanna and both of Amy's girls that were there. Now, I can tell you what Amy is doing right this moment by looking out my window. All right, I don't have a window. Kind of, sort of, on the front there, those broken things, but not really. The vehicle's gone over at that house. That means her boyfriend is at work. What does that mean to me? Not much. But I know what Amy does while her boyfriend is at work. She works on the house. They've been tearing out lath and plaster. They want to have a house that Amy can have her fucking kids in. That sure would be nice, wouldn't it? She is fully prepared for supervised visitation. Lath and plaster ain't easy. I don't know how many of y'all have had to deal with lath and plaster. That's what they did before drywall. It was basically a bunch of wooden sticks with some cement stuck to the outside of it. It's some nasty shit. a lot more difficult to clean up than drywall. It's a lot nastier than fiberglass, too. It gets in everything. And it itches. Now, just because I'm literally one block away in the same exact position on the block as Amy is, I can see what she's doing. Some days I can hear her in there working on the house. When I go over there to visit, sure enough, there's more construction materials in the front yard, and there's more destruction materials in the garbage. I'm rooting for Amy to get her kids back. Why is that? Oh my. The first person that I ever sat with in this town and had a decent conversation with was Amy. It's not her fault she was manipulated by an alcoholic. It's also not my fault. The things that she did and said after that situation hurt me to the core. Sometimes you don't think about that. Most of the time, you don't think about that. I understand that she was frustrated. Those things that you tell me I'm not allowed to do when I'm frustrated, everybody else is allowed to do to me. Does that make it all right for me to do to them? No, it doesn't. At the same time, if that's literally the only way for me to get somebody to fucking do something, then Jesus fucking Christ, yes, I will. Those girls claiming that they weren't being fed at Rihanna's. You know, they also told me and Rihanna that they weren't being fed at their moms. Between the time that I saw them in the summer of 2018 and when I saw them at Rihanna's, they gained weight. They were eating. The thing is, I got railroaded in those court dates. All of them. No matter how many witnesses I have, it doesn't matter if they're too afraid to come forward. Or if they keep making the excuse, if I don't understand why it's important, maybe you should look at the bigger picture. Like, let's take a look at Black Lives Matters. Now let's take a look at the bigger picture. In Boulder County alone, per capita, Black people are victimized by the police and by the court system at a 5-to-1 ratio over their white counterparts. Homeless people are victimized at a 346-to-1 ratio. But it's about Black lives, isn't it? You know, it's pissing me off the most about Black Lives Matters is the number of people telling white people to go to the back of the bus. Like these white people who have had to go through way more of it because they're homeless. Like somehow they magically deserve it. Like somehow white people magically deserve this punishment for being homeless. Or Black people deserve this punishment for being homeless. Is Black Lives Matter speaking out about any of these homeless people who are being victimized? Fuck no. It's not just white college students in CU fucking trying to bash in people's brains. It's also Black college students and Asian college students. You say, well, don't call them that. Don't call them that. Don't segregate like that. You white people can't segregate like that. Only us black people can. When it suits us, we say black. When it doesn't suit us, we say, why are you pointing out the black thing? Why does that matter? Homeless lives matter, you son of a bitches. White people matter too. Just because you want to turn a blind eye to the shit that white people are going through doesn't make it okay. I speak up every day about these terrible things that are happening to black people, happening to women, happening to white people, happening to all sorts of people at the hands of the police. But we're at each other's throats like a bunch of fucking idiots. Meanwhile, if I was black, it would have made a difference, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't have. I was made homeless by Natalie's death. Black Lives Matters wouldn't have given two shits. They have proven this time and time again. If I had been black and homeless, I probably would have been shot by the police. Now, a lot of y'all say that's a privilege. Oh, fuck no. Between being shot by the fucking police and the last 3 years of hell, fuck yes, I'd rather be shot by police. But I am not actively pursuing being shot by police. I am actively pursuing an honest goddamn court date. I am actively pursuing our constitutional rights. It's just that everything that I tried to do the legal way, I was illegally prevented from doing so. Train! Let's try calling this guy again. After the train goes by, of course. Matter of fact, I'm going to use the bathroom while I wait. Bathroom! If y'all can hear me peeing, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not ashamed of my bodily functions. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I got a fart. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I have to pee. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I have to poop. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I have to sleep. And I'm not ashamed of the fact that using an illegal blanket in the winter in Boulder County will fucking save my life. It might also get me killed. People want to throw tantrums when I call them out. Throw tantrums. Meanwhile, I don't just throw tantrums. I make a lot of honest goddamn effort, and I get fucking stifled everywhere that I go. No organization is actually going to do their jobs. As Deputy Holloway in this town on one of these videos states, human nature. He says that I need somebody to go in with me. I already knew that. I'd been saying that for 3 fucking years by the time that officer verified that exact thing. He also verified that Scott Costa was full of fucking shit. But this is what police do. They brutalize and then they utilize. They brutalize those who are easiest to victimize, and then they utilize hospitals. They ask these hospitals, hey, could you get a Greenbrier special for me? Hey, we're coming in. Do you think that you could get a B-51 or a B-52 ready? What's the active ingredient in that? Most of the time it's Haldol. There's a lot of people who have the same reaction to Haldol that I do. These doctors knew this. when they did what the police asked them to, instead of listening to their fucking patient. Mike Barfield typed, "Random, click it on your channel from Rob's video. Hope you are doing well." No, I'm not doing well. I am not doing well. I need people to speak up and fight for my rights, but the fact is, it's not just my rights. It's our rights. If they can do this to me, they can do this to any of you. Then again, everybody else had family that helped. All these other situations where these people actually got something done, it's because they worked together. Nobody worked together with me. They treated me like I was a fucking retard. It's do what they want. Do what they want. Do what they want. Do what they want. Even though doing what they want isn't getting a goddamn thing done. And I can't get anybody to actually fucking listen. I need help in person. Before Natalie died, I was offering $20 an hour for someone to help me. Because none of these government agencies are going to do their goddamn job. They hear the term mentally ill, and boom, what they see is a fucking paycheck. Before people knew I was autistic, they're like, dude, you're one of the smartest people I know. No, I'm probably the smartest person you know, dumbass. Why do I call you a dumbass? Because when you found out that I was autistic, you did the same thing that my dad did at 9 years old. You started treating me like I'm a fucking retard. Like no matter what happens, it's always my fault. If I am assaulted because I'm different, it must be my fault. If I am spat on because I'm different, it must be my fault. No matter what, it is always my fault. And then people want to hate me because I did the same things back. Well, you know what? I was told that those things were not illegal by police officers all over the fucking place. Hey, look what these people are doing to me. Sean, that's not illegal. Really? Watch me. Holy shit! These things are illegal. But only if I do it. Am I all right? Am I doing well? No, the fuck I'm not. I was just up all night long freaking out about a fucking addict who's a friend of Natalie Bollinger's. Freaking out because she's Jesus fucking Christ. There is no right thing to do. I am not the right gender to get help. White males are the most victimized out of these fucking groups. No, they're not. They're not the most victimized. They're the most ignored. If you victimize a black person right now, that black person is probably going to win just because of the color of their skin. Even if you didn't victimize them. If they say, oh, well, he called me the N-word after attacking you, yes, they will win, especially in this climate. Everything must be white people's fault, even if they're broke white people. Fuck that. Yeah, I know a bunch of racist rednecks who are broke. That doesn't mean we're all racist rednecks who are broke. You know what I hate the most about this fucking town? All the goddamn racist fucking rednecks. I talk in my videos because making literally thousands of phone calls to get help resulted in wasted resources and abuse. Wasted resources and abuse. You go to the cops with a problem, they don't give a fuck. When these people are fucking driving you crazy, fucking harassing you at every fucking step of the way, treating you like shit every step of the way, and the cops won't do a goddamn thing about it. They won't do a goddamn thing about it. Homeless people don't matter to any of you. Otherwise, you'd do more than type shit on Facebook or type shit on fucking YouTube. You would get up, you would fucking speak out. Trying to call Judge Randin Roland again. They're not going to answer. They're just going to keep hanging up on me. Imagine that. Why am I in this town instead of in Colorado with my loved ones? Why didn't I get the help that Zade Atkinson got? I'm the wrong color. And I'm actually homeless. He was targeted for being homeless. And when it turned out he wasn't homeless, people go, oh, that's fucked up that you did that to somebody outside their own house. That's right. That's right. You don't give a fuck when they do this to all of the homeless people in Boulder. But they do it to somebody who they assume is homeless because they fucked up, and you want to make it a goddamn race issue, you fucking racist pieces of shit. Don't get me wrong, lots of these situations, it is fucked up and it is a race issue. The victimization of the homeless and foster children and former foster children. This is nationwide, folks. This is what our jails and prisons are full of. They turn 18 with a criminal record. Why? Because it's illegal to be homeless, you fucks. I need help in person, but I don't have help in person. I have pretty fucking words. I don't know how many times people have said, hey, that guy you're staying with, why don't you ask him for help? I fucking have. Speaking of, Rob Gavigan has not gotten back to me. He said he was gonna, but he just hasn't. So I suppose I should make a video about that.